Guys, it's PCM here. I got a new product for you. It's kind of a simple, silly one, but it's very, very helpful, especially for tuners. Or maybe you're taking data logs for someone to help you tune your car. Uh, what it is a log marker, and the idea is you could drop markers, or you could mark spots on histograms in in the areas where you feel maybe a stumble or maybe some torque management happened, or just some oddity, and this is especially helpful for Gen 5 cars who use a driver demand table. The driver demand stuff is really hard to get right. I don't think GM did a very good job at it, um, and it's just tough. You got a table that's usually based on speed or RPM by throttle position, and the Z variable is how much torque you're requesting. Well, it's really hard to picture that you need 2,900 foot-pounds at 10 miles an hour, at 20% throttle. Those numbers mean something to you, but they don't. So anyway, with this marker, you can plot on the table exactly where you feel maybe it accelerates too hard or maybe it's too soft, uh, and show that to your tuner, or use that to know exactly where you should be editing your tune. And it's not just for driver demand. Just last week, I had a G8 that had a weird stumble that it was really hard to find. It was really hard to get to, and it turned out to be a spot in the virtual VE table that it wasn't calculating right. So with this marker, I was able to mark the spot, go back and look exactly at the tune, exactly in that spot, and actually find it. So here's how it works. You plug it into your cigarette lighter here to get power. You insert this in on your EIO port where you would normally hook up a wideband or temperature sensor. And then at that point, we have two buttons. We have a max and a mid button. Now, pressing the max delivers about 4.5 volts. The mid is about half that. You could change the midpoint voltage by editing or moving this pot right here, potentiometer, if you should wish, but we're going to set these up as half of that value. And then not pressing anything gives you 0 volts, which is important. You want it to not be floating, so when you're not touching nothing, you're not going to have like a stray half volt here and there, that sort of thing. Now, this thing is pretty overbuilt. I could have done this a lot simpler, but I wanted to protect your HP Tuners cable. The automotive and electrical environment is very, very noisy. There's spikes. If you have a spotty ground, I mean, you could just all kinds of things could tear up a cable, like analog to digital input, like that's on your HP Tuners cable. So the output's buffed, and there's two separate ways to make sure that no more than 5 volts is going back to your cable. So it's clamped, it's buffed, and there's 0 float. So anyway, let's show you how to set it up. It's very, very easy. So you'll come over to your HP Tuners scanner, scroll down on the left side on your channels list, and right-click Add Channel. Okay. Now I have my log marker inserted on the first port on the EIO, and that port is the one closest to the USB cable. So what I'm going to do is go down to External Inputs, expand this out, MPVI, Analog to Digital, Input 1. Okay, that's it. All right, now let's start scanning. Okay, now you can see I'm not pressing any buttons, and we have 0 volts. I've also got this plotted on our line. You can see this here, 0 volts. Now I'm going to press the middle button, 2.19 volts. Now you see in the line display, you see that jump. That's perfect for marking events. Okay, so we got the input 1 recording our log marker. I've shown you in the line display where it actually works. Mid button again, max button. Okay, and you can make really quick log marks if you want. All right, so what I feel like most people are going to use this for is finding spots in the table. So you could do that as well. Go over to graph. Let's find the right one. Okay, here we go. I set up a simple little graph, histogram, on the driver demand stuff, the driver demand table here. So we have mile per hour versus accelerator pedal position. So, and this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. It's hard to know, at 50% throttle exactly how much torque you need as the vehicle speed changes. It's really kind of arbitrary. So anyway, I'm on a 2018 ZL1 right now. I'm going to start driving it, and I'm going to do like a little simulation. If I feel it stumble here or whatever, or maybe it accelerates too hard or not hard enough, we're going to mark that. Here we go. We're accelerating. Okay, say I feel a little stumble right here. Well, let's mark it. Okay, we feel good. But right here, maybe it's accelerating too hard. Mark that. So now I know precisely where this table is not acting correctly. It's very, very helpful. And if you're not tuning yourself, get one of these things if you feel something weird, and show your tuner maybe whatever stumble you happen to feel. It'll help him make you. It'll help him make a better tune for you. Now you might say, well, HP tuners used to have a feature like this, the C button and the M button. Well, at the time of this video, and since HP tuners is like 2.24, I think we're on like version 4 now, that feature has not worked, and it really sucks because it was really helpful. But as helpful as that feature was, it only marked positions in the log that you left a comment or you made a mark. So you couldn't plot it, you couldn't see it on the line display, you know, so it was helpful, but it wasn't like this. This is the go-to solution for finding weird spots in your tune. Thank you. I hope it does good for you. If you have questions or comments, let us know. If we can make it better for you, let us know. Thanks again.